Happy New Year once again. How has your year been? I know it's still early, but hey, you need to make the best out of it. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, I've not posted. Yeah, we are back and we are back in full force. Today I'm going to share with you this dry okra soup, which in Hausa we call busheshe kubewa. It doesn't go only with zaafi, but you can have it with banku as well. This recipe is very similar to the baobab leaf soup I shared, the miyan kuka. So you can use either of the recipes and you have the same results. Thank you very much to my notification gang. Even without the videos, some of you kept asking me when are we getting a new video. Thank you so much for sticking around. Right, now let's go ahead into the kitchen and start cooking this yummy delicious soup. Welcome to my kitchen, and this is Lami Cooks. As I do always on my channel, I'll introduce the ingredients first. So I have here my lamb. I usually always tell you that I like the one with the bone because it gives more flavor. And I also have my wagashie, my smoked fish. I'm using tuna. You can use mackerel or any other fish you want. I have here some chopped onions, my palm oil. You can substitute for regular vegetable oil. I also have here one big chopped tomatoes, some dried smoked herrings. I have here my Dawadawa, and then I also have my crushed green chili or crushed green pepper. This is kpakposhito. I also have here my special spice mix. I'll leave the link up here for you to have a look how I do it. I also have here powdered herrings, and then the star of the dish, which is the dried okra itself. I'll leave the list of ingredients in the description box down below so you can check it out. Now let's go ahead and start cooking. So to my cooking pot, I'll add my lamb, I'll add my onions, my special spice mix, some salt to taste, and then I'll add some water because I need to develop the stock from the meat so I can use it to make the soup. So I'll add a little bit of water and then I'll give it a stir, cover and let it cook. Now you can use any type of protein you want. You can use beef or any other protein you want, but I prefer the lamb. I feel like the lamb goes really well with the soup. So yes, I prefer to use lamb, but if you don't eat lamb, you can use mutton or beef and it's fine. It's been 15 minutes and I'll go ahead and check if my meat is cooked. Yes, it's cooked and I have enough stock that I can use for my soup. So I'll set this aside and then I'll start making the stew for the soup. To my pot, I'll go ahead and add my palm oil. This is about 3/4 cup to a cup of palm oil. If you like, you can use vegetable oil, it's fine. If you even prefer olive oil, you can use that. But the flavor of the palm oil goes really well with this soup, so I prefer to use the palm oil. Then once the oil is hot, I'll add my onions. Then I'll go ahead and stir for about 30 to 1 minute until the onion is just beginning to soften up. After my onions have cooked for about a minute, I'll then go ahead and add my tomatoes and then the crushed pepper, which is the kpakposhito. You can use any type of pepper you want. I'll give it a quick stir and then cover for the vegetables to just soften up. After cooking for about 2 minutes, you can see the tomatoes and the onions are softened a little bit. Now I'll go ahead and add my Dawadawa and then my dried fish powder, which is the herrings that I've crushed. I will stir so that the flavors can get to know each other, Yes, I'll give it a stir and cover it and then let it cook, but stirring occasionally to avoid it from sticking to the bottom of the pan. I have cooked it down for about 10 minutes, and at this stage I'll go ahead and add the dried herrings. I just want the herrings to absorb some of the flavor from the stew. You know, it's dried, so you need it to absorb the flavor so it will be all yummy-licious. I'll cook this just for about a minute or two, then I'll add my stock and then the meat later on. It's been 2 minutes and you can see how the stew has fried really well. The tomatoes is cooked and everything else is cooked. Yummy. And the smell, the Dawadawa smell in my kitchen, I need you to be here. So I'll go ahead now and add the stock and the meat all together in the stew. If you're watching this video till now and you like what I do, please don't forget to hit the like button for me right now. Thank you. And don't also forget to subscribe to the channel and hit on the notification bell so you join my notification gang anytime I upload a video. And also don't forget to follow me on my Instagram. The handle is @LamiCooks, and on Facebook @LamiCooks. Now that I've added my meat and the stock, I'll go ahead and add more water. As you can see, the level of the soup is too low, so I'll go ahead and add about 2 to 3 cups of water. At this stage, I'll go ahead and add my smoked fish, any type that you have. I'm using the tuna. You can use the mackerel if you want. This gives it some extra flavor. You know, the smokiness in the tuna gives it that extra flavor. This tuna I got from Ghana, so it has that smokiness, but if you did yours at home in your oven, you might not have the same smokiness to your soup. I have cooked this for 5 minutes. As you know already, the meat is cooked, your fish is already cooked, so it's just for everything to pick up the flavors. So 5 minutes maximum is okay. At this stage, I'm going to taste for my salt. As you know, that's what I do always. I do it the last minute so I don't oversalt my food. I needed to add more salt, so I'll go ahead and just do that. I reduced the heat to medium-low. You can see the oil has nicely settled on top. At this stage, I'm going to go ahead and add the last ingredient, which is the wagashie. It's optional if you don't have it. I have a recipe for wagashie on this channel. I'll link it in the description box, or I'll put it up here so you can go ahead and go and check it out. So I'll just let the wagashie also absorb a little bit of the stock, so it has that yumminess going on. So I'll leave it for about a minute or two, and then I'll come back and prepare the okro. As with most okro soup, we add kanwe, saltpeter, or bicarbonate of soda. So I'm just going to do just that, but it's optional. If you don't like kanwe, you can leave it out and it's absolutely fine. So I like to soak my kanwe, as you know, so I can avoid putting sand in my soup. So I'm just going to put a little bit, you see, just a little bit of that before I start adding the dry okra to the soup. Now I'm going to add the dry okra in bits. 1, to avoid it from lumping up, and 2, to avoid putting too much in the soup to make it too thick. So as you saw, I just put a tablespoon, and I love to use the whisk. Traditionally, we don't use the whisk. This is my own invention because I find that it makes it easy so it doesn't lump up. Traditionally, you use your spoon, and you better make sure it doesn't lump up. Huh? So I find the whisk does the job great. So I'm going to add a little by little, and then I'll whisk, and then I'll stir to make sure I have the correct consistency I like. Make sure you don't make it too thick, because when it boils, it thickens up as well. So just make sure you put just the right amount. You can see how light mine looks, and then it will boil up and it will thicken up by itself. I'll cover it halfway and let it cook for about 3 to 5 minutes. Now if you overcook it, you lose the drawness. So just when the okra is cooked, about 3 minutes to 5 minutes, your soup will be ready. And wow, look at that, yummy-licious. Now whilst I was doing this, my tuwo zaafi was ready on the other side. So you know how I do it here. I'm going to serve myself this hot tuwo zaafi and this okra soup. And hold on, did I invite you? Okay, yes, you're all invited into my kitchen. I'll serve you this yummy-licious goodness. If you've watched this video till now, thank you so much. And if you've not hit on the like button yet, please do so now. Also, if you'd like me to do a separate video on how to prepare tuwo zaafi, let me know in the comment section down below. Until I come your way again with another yummy-licious recipe, stay blessed. Bye.